I knew what a woman was, not a bad.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay.
A bad is a person who's just, you know.
I'll answer that for him because, that's easy to say right there. A bad bitch is a girl that think they bad when they really not bad. When you a bad bitch, you ain't got to say you a bad bitch. A bad bitch is a girl that ain't got to wear that much makeup. A bad bitch is a girl that as soon as she walks in the room, it's heads turning all over the fucking place. Nowadays, everybody calling themselves a bad bitch when they really not a bad bitch. You have to look good visually in order for a dude to be around you. So you got a lot of ugly girls calling themselves bad bitches when they're really not bad bitches. It's almost like a self-esteem boost.
Girl, I'm not bad. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Cam Newton, a man who certainly tries to look the part every time he's in public, had some hateful comments on a hateful network.
And it's a lot of
a hateful network
who are bad. And I say in a way, not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Mm-hmm. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs.
On the show, $1 million worth of game, Cam goes off the deep.
I thought this was $1 million worth of game. How is that a hateful network? Okay, so he's catering to a certain crowd. Okay, so he must have looked at his analytics and he must realize that he got more women watching his show. Because if you watch $1 million worth of game, that is not no hateful network. I'll be honest. So,
Ben.
And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss, like I'm a this, I'm a that. No, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
Ah, yes, because have no fear, women around the world. Cam Newton is here to lead you. This wouldn't be the first time Cam has pulled shtick like this.
Devin Funchess has seemed to really embrace the physicality of his routes and getting those extra yards. Does that give you a little bit of an enjoyment to see him kind of truck sticking people out there?
It's funny to hear a female talk about routes, like, it's funny.
Remember this exchange with Ben?
You know what's interesting is that, what is this again? TYT Sports. It's interesting how they pull old clips of young Cam Newton. Everybody know that if you pull young clips of anybody, you can catch them saying dumb shit. So I'm not gonna keep watching this because this is like a smear campaign. I can already tell. Like, he ain't even coming from a place of facts. He's just coming from a place of, he had me at hateful network, $1 million worth of game. I mean, shit. If anybody have watched $1 million worth of game, I want you to look at me when I say this. If anybody has ever watched $1 million worth of game, that is not no hateful network. They give you literally $1 million worth of game. They bring people up there who are millionaires. Like, if I'm not mistaken, they had Rick Ross on there. They had Mark Cuban on there. Like, they actually get people on there who got game for people like us. He had me at hateful network. I was getting ready to cut it off, but I just wanted to see what else he wanted to say. And then he pulled up old clips of a young Cam Newton. Man, hold on. All right, let's go to the next video.
Social media after making comments about how he believes women should act while appearing on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast on Sunday, saying, quote, "Now a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs," right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of, I'm a boss bee, I'm a this, I'm a that. No, baby, but you can't cook. You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to lead, how to allow a man to lead.
Let's be honest. I think people now have experimented having a woman lead, the relationship goes to shit every time. Okay, the man is degraded. Women don't typically want to lead. They always want a man to lead. Am I wrong on that, or am I wrong? Hit me in the comment section and let me know how you feel about that. If you're a woman. With the cooking, listen, if you're a boss bitch, here's what I think. We live in 2022. All right. It's clear that y'all women want to work. I ain't hating on y'all for that. It's clear that y'all women want to work. I tell you what, here's the solution. How about you hire a maid? If y'all making all this money, y'all need to contribute now. It's no way around it. I don't know why y'all think y'all just finna have a man pay for everything and y'all making a lot of money too. It's time for y'all to contribute to something. If y'all don't want to cook and clean, how about you hire the maid and you hire the cook, since y'all don't want to cook and clean. Because if he has to work and you want to work, then somebody got to do something around the house. Let it be the maid. Let it be the cook.
Okay, let's take a moment and unpack this. Stephen A.
Hell with
Smith.
that. First order of business, I want to tell a little fun story.
Okay.
I got a brother, we call him Money Mark. He knows who he is. It's my brother. You know, I love you, bro. And here's the deal. One of my childhood buddies had gotten into an argument with his wife, and it was all of us around. This happened like 3 years ago or so.
Yeah.
And we were all hanging out at a spot in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And one of my childhood buddies had gotten into an argument with his wife, and F that, I ain't taking this, blah, 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 you know, sticking out his chest, you know, just going off, right?
Yeah.
And he was telling us some of the things that he was saying while he was going off to her. And my boy Money Mark said, you can't talk to a woman like that. You can't sit up there and talk out of your mouth and have that kind of attitude and be all disrespectful and then have your hand out for the electric bill. You can't do that. And all of us just rolled laughing
Fell out.
because in a bigger way, it's a bigger point.
Yeah.
And it's something that Cam Newton missed along the way. You can talk about the role that you want to play, you want a woman to play in your life. But guess what? What about the role you play? What about the level of inspiration and motivation that you give her to be all you want her to be? What about the fact that she has the choice to be what she wants to be? And the choices that she made was why you wanted her to begin with. That's what he's missing in all of this. You don't talk about a woman in the fashion that he just articulated. There is nothing wrong if you are a man. I want to play this role. I want my woman to play this role. But it's co-signing. It's a partnership. Everybody, whatever role, but you got some women, okay, you might know how to cook, you might know how to throw down. Some women don't want to cook. She wants you.
You know what? I get where he's going with it now. That's why I had to let him finish that. I get where he's going with it. He's saying that every woman don't want to. Okay, let me finish.
You the cook, and you the better cook than her.
Okay.
But guess what? She brings other things to the table. You make sure you make these kind of discussions and you make these kind of judgment calls. That's how you find what.
I see what he's saying. He's saying that Cam Newton is trying to paint every woman with one brush. He's saying that women, all women don't want to cook and clean. That's what he's saying. A lot of women just know how to go out here and get this paper. And this is what I'm saying to y'all. For the women that know how to go out here and get this paper, I'm gonna need for you to spend the paper then. You can't just go out here and make all this paper and then expect for the man to pay every doggone thing. Like, he come home, the house ain't cleaned or ain't no food on the table, you know? And then you come home the house ain't clean, ain't no food on the table, one of y'all pitch in for a maid. And if he's paying all the bills and he's paying for the trips, he's paying for Valentine's Day, your birthday, all this shit, how about you as a woman, all you have to do, if a woman is supposed to cook and clean, a man's role hasn't changed, right? He still got to pay all the bills and be the leader and all that shit, right? How about your role don't change, but switch it a little bit, throw a curveball in there, cook and clean, but pay for it. Get a maid, get a cook. I mean, you also have a, what you call it, Freshly or something like that, you know? Or if y'all want to go out to dinner, you pay for it. That's the cook and clean. As far as the child, how about you pay for the tutors, what you call those people? The babysitter. How about you pay for that? This is 2022. Y'all girls is out here killing it. Y'all making paper. It's time for y'all to pay for something now. Or I don't know. I don't know. Or you're just gonna die alone. I don't know. Or you either gonna die alone or you're gonna end up with the Pookie and Ray Ray nigga. You know, that dusty ass nigga. I don't know. He was just explaining why Will Smith is going through what he's going through right now. The irony of Molly reading, you don't know when to be quiet. Hey, hey, that's a fact though. Molly don't be knowing when to be quiet sometimes in the ship. Yeah, I feel you on that. Cam is really getting criticized for speaking the truth. Well, it's like they said, they're trying to paint. It's like Stephen A. Smith said. I get what Stephen A. is saying. What Stephen A. is saying is that for decades and probably centuries, the women has always cooked and cleaned. All right. Now, the women are in the workforce. And now the women have proven themselves. So the roles are changing for women. And it's up to us to adapt. And y'all need to set boundaries. You need to let these women know that you not finna just pay for every doggone thing. If she don't want to cook and clean, this is for people that want to get married though, all right, and have kids by that woman. If you don't want to cook and clean, I think she should pay for the maid and the cook and the babysitter. Or if y'all want to go out to eat, let her pay for that. I think that's the least she could fucking do.